What's up, brand builder? I'm Mash Bonigala, and welcome to another episode of the Brand Builder Show, where I post a daily video on how to create, build, launch, and market your brand. In today's episode, we talk about the all-important sales process and how to document it, why you should have a sales process, which should be documented, and the benefits of it, and the 3 steps to follow to help you nail down your sales process. Every business needs a sales process. Some have it documented and some don't. In any case, determining how effective your sales process should be is a constant undertaking to ensure you're building a strong brand. A sales process is simply a series of steps that your brand follows to guide prospects from coming into contact with your brand right through to a sale. This process begins with the prospect identifying a need for your product or service, or sometimes your brand proactively educating the prospect on such a need and following the buyer's journey, making sure your brand and positioning strategy funnels the prospect towards becoming a customer. In this video, we discuss how to document a good sales process that explains each step your prospect should take, the knowledge the buyer needs at each step to move forward in the funnel, the education your brand should provide at each step, and how to convert the prospect into a customer. So, why document your sales process? A business runs successfully when there are business systems in place and those systems are carefully documented. Small businesses, especially, tend not to have documented systems. This may be because business systems are considered behind the scenes. And unlike brand and marketing strategies or sales campaigns, good business systems are considered boring. It could also be due to lack of education. Now, here are some reasons why you should document your sales process. For one, you can sell more effectively. A documented sales process will help you or your sales team to sell more effectively. Instead of random decisions, you will be armed with a tried and tested series of steps that will result in success. You can generate more accurate sales and revenue reports. Now, reports are the basis of any successful sales campaign. Understanding what is happening with your sales gives you an insight into how to tweak your sales process and your campaigns. Identify which stages have bottlenecks. By documenting your sales process and analyzing sales campaigns and sales reports, you can identify where your prospects are taking the longest to move forward and perhaps even dropping off the funnel completely. You can also minimize the amount of time it takes for estimates and forecasts. Now, estimates and forecasts are very crucial in any sales campaign, and having a documented sales process makes it easier, faster, and more accurate to create these forecasts. You have to always match your sales process steps to your buyer's journey steps. Now, by starting with understanding your buyer's journey, you can then work towards matching the various steps of your sales funnel to the steps that your buyer naturally takes towards a sale or purchase. A misalignment of your sales process steps to those of the buyer's journey is actually the single most critical cause of failure of sales campaigns. Business tend to aggressively invest in their sales campaigns without really paying attention to this crucial concept and end up wasting time, resources, and money. To start with, ask yourself these questions to help you determine if your sales process is aligned to your buyer's journey. First question, do you really understand your buyer's goals? Do you have metrics that show you how many prospects are at each step of your sales process and how many are really moving forward? Do you understand how conversion is happening and which steps are the main contributing factors to the conversions? Are you educating your prospects during the awareness stage, not on your product or service, but rather topics related to the solving of the problem that your prospect has? Are you educating your prospects during the consideration stage by offering a structured solution to the problem, which may include your product or service? Is your sales funnel equipped properly to guide the prospect in the decision stage by creating trust? Here are a few steps to take to create the perfect sales process. Step one, define your prospect's buying process. List the steps that your prospect takes in each of the main stages of the buyer's journey. Now, these stages are awareness, consideration, and of course, decision stages. Let us first list the potential steps your prospects may go through. They may start off feeling a pain point. So the prospect feels a pain which may be resolved through your product or service. Researching solutions. The prospect starts looking around for a solution to their pain, identifying potential solutions. The prospect has identified a few potential solutions to their problems, maybe a few vendors or businesses that supply the solution. Considering possible vendors. The prospect has shortlisted a few vendors and is moving into deciding which ones he or she would like to give their business to. And of course, the final decision and purchase. The prospect has selected the business that they want to give their money to and has decided to make the purchase. Step number two, identify sales tools for each step. Once you have defined the sales steps and what your prospect needs to know in each step, you will have to create sales tools that give that knowledge to your prospect to help them move forward in their journey. Each sales tool at each step should only give sufficient information to your prospect to move them to the next step. Avoid the temptation to overwhelm your prospect with information and perhaps even making a pitch and trying to convert the prospect into a customer. Now, 9 times out of 10, that will fail. Here is a list of sales tools and steps that they should be delivered at. Blogs, articles, educational content, analyst reports, research papers, e-guides, and ebooks, expert content, and white papers, all of which can be used during the awareness stage. Comparison white papers, expert guides, live interactions, web cases, podcasts, and videos, all of which can be used during the consideration stage. Vendor comparisons, product comparisons, case studies, trial downloads, product literature, and even live demos, all of which can be used during the decision stage. Step number 3, measure the sales process. Once you have identified the sales process steps, what information your prospects need in each step, and the sales tools that you have to create at each step, you will have to come up with a robust system of measuring the progress of your prospects through the sales funnel. This is very critical. The measurement should be tangible and not based on vanity metrics. Have triggers in place to identify when a prospect has moved to the next step. Here are a few examples of triggers and what they could mean to help you identify what to do. So the prospect arrives at your website by searching for a specific keyword. This means the prospect has identified his or her pain point. Next, the prospect spends time on your blog reading articles related to the particular topic. This means the prospect has a good idea of what the solution to their pain may be. Then, the prospect may request information about a product or service. That means the prospect has identified a few vendors and is reaching out, is feeling out. Then a prospect might spend a lot of time on your product or service page and perhaps even add the product to the shopping cart, which means that the prospect is quite advanced in the sales process and is ready to buy. I hope you have found this episode useful. If you have any questions about this episode, hit me up on Twitter. My handle is @Bonigala. Or leave a comment below this video and I will surely respond. And don't forget to subscribe to our Brand Builder Show YouTube channel so that when the next episode comes out, you'll be alerted. Till the next episode, take care.